Happy Friday, everybody. We are back and better than ever. I'm feeling good, Trenton, because your mom and I just got back from a few days off. Very nice little vacation that we had. It was only like 5 days, but we enjoyed our company, and we had a great time.
You're feeling good when you come back from a vacation? I get depressed because I have to come back to real life, and it's kind of unfortunate.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. I enjoyed the time.
Glad you got to go out for a little bit. Yeah. We got some. Well, first off, we have a live stream tonight at 8 p.m. Central Time. We're going to be doing, well, is Kent coming?
He is.
Okay.
I confirmed today.
Awesome. Yeah.
Usually I don't till the last second, but today I confirmed.
Kent's coming, and then we have like several other people coming in the basement. Mom's really excited about it because it's a little bit of a mess down here, but
it's beyond.
Everything's torn up. It's just yeah.
It's going to be fine.
We'll leave that go.
We have some other cool stuff to talk about, maybe a little bit of a meetup or something coming up in October. We have a couple tickets left. We'll go over that on the live stream. So don't miss that. That's tonight at 8 p.m. Central Time, Little Bardstown. I have a little special bottle we're going to be cracking.
And I knew that was going to happen. I already knew. He didn't have to say anything, and I would have been suspectful that you had something like that. So,
yeah, never a dull moment.
Hey, the blind today is of epic proportions as well. Guys, there are allocated special releases coming out left and right, hot and heavy. We can't keep up with them. We cannot do single bottle reviews on everything that's coming out. So Trenton had the grand idea. Let's just blind a few and see how it goes. So what do you got, buddy? I think this is Remus Repeal 8.
8, yep. 8.
There's some old bourbon. There's one there. I think there's a blend of a couple 10 years and something older than that in there too, like 16 year. In that blend, I think I read on that.
2007 bourbon. Now I have to do the mental math. What is that?
It's like a 16-year probably.
That's 16-year, 9% 16-year, 24% 10-year, and 67% 10-year.
Yeah.
So, okay.
And then we got the special release, the allocated, came out from Yellowstone. It has a little bit of a finish there. I believe that's
brandy cognac finish.
Brandy cognac.
Yep.
You remember?
I did.
Have to read it. One of my favorites, the Four Roses, came out, the limited edition. Really never even took 2 seconds to look at that, so I apologize for not being prepared, but this is a last-minute decision.
108.2 proof, 2024, the barrel strength
but
release.
Usually on this one, I like to see what's in it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I like to see what's in it.
I wish they put that on here.
Yeah, not really. You have to look it up. You can find it, but you got to look it up. And then what do you got over here on the end, dude? I have no idea anything about that.
This is the Lost Recipe Series, the 2024 edition 1. Archived stave is the Mocha. It is 1 Baked American Pure 2, 3 Seared Oak French Cuvée, no Maker's Mark 46, 6 roasted French Mocha staves, and 0 toasted French spice. 111.9 proof.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
And I didn't know this was coming out. So.
Yeah. So something brand new from Maker's Mark. So that is what's in our blind today. And we'll see how it goes. This is going to be very interesting. Swear in my life, if there a Bible on top of this bar top right now, I put my hand on it. We have not had one sip of any of these. These were brand spanking new. So
yeah, we
figured
see
how this goes.
We figured there was no better way to christen these 4 bottles than to just throw them in a blind and see how they fare. And keep in mind also, proof points are a little bit different on these. One of them is a finish, so we're just going to see kind of how it all stacks up. So maybe a little unfair, maybe, but
yeah, but that's okay.
We'll see.
I'll promise you this. As always, I'm going to be 100% honest of what I'm appreciating the most at the moment.
It's going to be fun.
That's for sure.
Dude, it's tough right now with like all the allocated stuff coming out, and I mean on this Monday we have an absolute. We had to pre-record it because he was going out on vacation. We weren't sure when he was going to be back, so we did pre-record that. But it is.
Banger.
Like one of our favorite pours we've ever had. So keep an eye out for that. We got Old Granddad 16 coming on Wednesday. I think we have the Found North new, I think it's batch 10.
You did get that? Somebody asked me about that while I was gone.
Yep.
Okay.
So we got to think that next week. There's a lot going on, man.
A lot. All right.
And the Black Blends are back to screw me up.
Well, your mom loves these for a reason.
Boy.
Nice and sweet. What's in this one, honey? Letter A.
It's kind of grapey.
Yeah, there's definitely some
a little bit.
Some black fruit notes coming, like blackberry even.
Yeah.
Grapey.
Ooh, that's a good one. I don't know if it's the black blends that screw me up, but do you get a little bit of like a black licorice in this, or am I looking at the black and I'm thinking that it's licoricey?
I haven't yet. I'm going to throw this one at you though.
Okay.
I'm also getting a little bit of like a light vanilla icing.
I can see that.
Yeah. like a little
I was
light
trying to
type
pinpoint.
of a villain, not like brulee, not like icing, like more confectionery, more sweet.
Like you just slammed open a thing of Betty Crocker icing.
You got it.
Is it Betty Crocker that makes the icing that you guys like, or is that?
Oh, I'm not.
There's many.
Does the Little Debbie make icing?
No,
Oh,
I'm not.
I'm not into.
I'm not
the
against
sweets.
Betty Crocker icing right out of the container.
I just got a fresh delivery of the licorice today.
You did?
Yeah, I'll have to bring some over.
Wow.
Unreal. I slammed like half of it. Has like half of the order already. It's bad.
Wow.
Anyways,
Great.
it's like kind of cinnamon, but without the cinnamon. If that makes any sense. It's more like if you were just to like bite on a raw cinnamon stick than like actually cinnamon. I feel like that's confusing.
That was delightful and confusing at the same time. Does that sound odd?
It was like delightful until it wasn't. Wow. It's got this like musty hay bale thing on the nose going on, and I do like it. I think it's pretty nice. But
I'm having a hard time explaining that sip. I don't know if you are. I am. I'm having a difficult time.
I don't hate it, but I also don't love it.
It was delightful right at the beginning, and then it got confusing to me. But I have a couple sips after that, and I do tend to like it.
I think the initial, like the up front is like there's this sweetness in it that I kind of like, and then towards the back half, it's weird because it almost turns into like cardboard cinnamon toast crunch in a weird way.
Stale cinnamon toast crunch.
Yeah,
so
it's
far.
got this like staleness
the back
to it.
end, he's right. That's why I said right at the beginning, I was like, "Oh, this is delightful," and then it got confusing for me. Yeah, not bad start though.
It almost has this like Amburana tone at the front, but I also get like a grape Laffy Taffy but like in maybe a little bit of like that vanilla note, but it's not like confectionery icing, and then it's like
it's not
fruit. It's like fruit stripe gum. It's like
It's not like the nose.
no, it's like 2 chomps in and then it's kind of gone with
Yeah.
the fruit stripe. That's kind of the equivalent. But anyways,
Well,
all right,
that was quite a start.
yeah, okay.
Not something I expected, but hey, let's move on.
Man. That's unreal.
It's really good.
Dude, that's like cherry Dr.
Dr. Pepper?
Dr. Pepper, man.
I knew it was coming,
Holy
yeah.
crap. Like
Cherry Dr. Pepper. I love that, Trenton. Yeah,
I get a little bit of a cream soda.
Absolutely.
Dude.
The old A&W cream soda. Yeah.
That's just
It's great.
heavenly.
Yeah, I cannot say anything that you didn't say that would be to add to that. It's exactly what it is.
Cherry cream soda, a little bit of like an allspice maybe or something, like whatever one of the 23 flavors is in Dr. Pepper. Delicious. Oh, sweet Jesus.
Here it is. What Trenton just said and the aromas. Here you go. On the palate.
The only
Slight
way
mocha.
the only way that it's different is like you could if you told me that I was smelling a flat pop of some sort, like a flat Dr. Pepper, I would believe you. This is if you took all that and like put it in a baked good.
Sure.
There's a little bit of a spiciness to it, not like a rye spice, but just like this nice like grainy note maybe that kind of like pulls everything together and makes it more of like a baked loaf. That's really nice.
I'm getting a tiny hit of mocha in there with it too.
This might be one
Coming
of the
through that.
best noses of the year.
Really great. Yeah, honestly, that's really, really good. And hey, everybody, when you're doing blinds at home, and I know a lot of folks do because you message me all the time about it, and I love that. What's the very first thing you do in a blind when you're thinking about what you're smelling and or tasting?
Like, where do I go first?
Yeah, for me, the very first decision I make is, do I like it? Is it just mid? Or do I don't like it? That's the first thing I think of. So don't overdo it, guys. Don't overdo it. You don't have to come up with 15 nosing notes and tasting notes and all those crazy things. You know, if you get a couple, that's fine. But the majority of it is, do I like it, or I don't, or
that's the big thing.
It's just okay.
That's the big thing.
Sure. This one, I'm giving it. It's okay.
It's mid.
It's possible mid, but it's not bad. This one, kind of liking it.
Slaps.
I don't know if I'd slap, but I kind of like it.
Ooh, man,
I'm kind of holding out, because I don't know if it slaps, but I do like it.
That's how I'm gonna grade my stuff from now on. It's a much simpler scale for my small brain here. A is gonna be a mid. B is gonna be a slaps. You know what?
Why did I even bring that up? Why?
I have in the middle between that would be like it could go like mid, slaps, cooks would be like a 5 out of 5.
That's a new one for me.
Cooks.
I'm gonna try to remember that.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna try to be hip and current. It's hard for me.
I don't know what the last trash and something else. I don't know what the kids say now. If you're into the TikTok isms, let us know in the comments what like the last two should be, like a 1 out of 5, 2 out of 5.
I can only keep up with a few, but I can't keep up with 15 of them. That's for sure.
Oh my god. This slaps too. Dude, that's vanilla all day long.
All day. Creme brulee vanilla.
Caramel vanilla, like
caramely, like caramel. Nothing deep, dark, and rich. You don't get the deep dark. You don't get the deep brown sugars. You don't really get the deep molasses sweetness that you get sometimes. I don't really get a lot of barrel notes out of this. This is all just baked goods, sweetness, Danish type.
I've never had a Danish. Bushi always gets those Danishes with the cheese in it and the strawberry in it. I don't know why.
You gotta have one of those.
I can't do a Danish. I can do a cinnamon roll. I can do a cinnamon roll.
Yeah.
Oh, you could lather me up in some cinnamon roll icing, baby.
See, I think that's incorrect.
I think it is too, honey. He has no idea how he would eat cinnamon rolls.
What do you do? What?
You don't even like icing.
No, I love icing. Well, on the cinnamon roll, so there has to be an equal ratio of icing to breading. It can't be unbalanced. Similar like a whiskey.
What do you think of that, honey? I think I know what she's gonna say. She's gonna say there needs to be an overload of icing compared to the cinnamon rolls.
No.
It's got to be on the top, around the sides, dripping in the middle.
Pooling on the little plate, right, honey?
Yeah.
With a little wad of butter melted on top.
Dip it after you take a bite of it.
The art of cinnamon roll, my man.
The breading of a cinnamon roll should not be a vehicle for icing. If you're just going to use it as a vehicle for icing, just use your fork and just full send it into the icing. It needs to be. I'm not going to win this one.
You're not, dude. You
When
do
it comes
not.
to icing,
Do not argue with your mom on this.
No.
Just don't do it. That's
You
my
didn't even
suggestion.
mention the butter.
Yeah.
On it. Said
I did.
no.
I don't
said
even
so.
want to discuss
He
it.
ignored me when I said it. Yeah,
This nose is better than B. I'll say that right now.
close.
Now this is going to be tough. For me, at least.
I am going to watch this video in full when it comes out tomorrow. Because I want to know when Kyle puts the little bottles on the screen like he does such a good job, our reactions of what it is, because I have no idea what these are. Again, I promise, we have never tasted any of these. Zero.
Do you have guesses?
I'm trying not to guess. I'm trying to, because I read a lot of the comments and they were like, I like to see when you don't try and guess what it is.
I saw that you got
removes
ripped.
bias.
Got ripped a little bit.
Yeah,
there.
which is fine. I mean, that's how you learn. So I'm gonna try not to guess what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to enjoy it for what it is in the moment. Right. But
wow, proud moment.
These are both getting the slaps rating, and I'll have to go back to it because I honestly have no idea.
Both were fantastic, guys. A lot of the tasting notes are extremely similar to what we said on the aromas. Let's see.
Actually might be a
Beautiful.
good question.
Lovely.
When you guys smell a bourbon or a rye or a whiskey or whatever the case may be, do you like when you pick up the notes and they all most transfer to the palate, or do you like when the palate is a certain way and the palate has a little bit of a different experience?
It's a great question. Now, for me, one of my most disappointing moments when I'm sipping a brand new whiskey is if I'm really into the aromas and wow, it's great, and then all of a sudden you sip it and it's like, okay, that's a letdown.
Yeah.
Then I think it's even more of a letdown than it really is because your brain is putting it on a plateau.
Yeah, that's true.
Because this is going to be really good. And then all of a sudden it's not really that great. So then it piles it down even further than probably what it should be.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but...
Because I'm trying to think. I know that we did a review once. I don't know if it was in a blind or what. But the nose was like 20 times better than the palate. And I'm going in, I'm like, oh man, I think it was a Pappy 15. I was like, oh man, this is sweet. It's appley.
Yeah.
This is going to be fantastic. And then you go in and it's just like, mid. But, wow.
Oh boy. What are we gonna do with these kids?
No, dude.
You know what we're not getting today, though? We're not getting that deep, dark, rich, quintessential, older type bourbon notes on the aromas.
I thought, yeah.
That's just my mind. That's how I relate.
I get a little bit of an older whiskey on C. It seems a little bit more like dense, although the nose is a little bit more confectionery light. Right. I do get like this something, This smells good too.
It's great. I mean, honestly, this is a lot of similarities here.
Really sweet.
Especially in the last 2 or 3.
What? This to me is leaning more on the like a sweeter raisin or like a white raisin. They make the white raisins. Or like the golden raisins, it's like that, where it's not quite like dark like a raisin, but it's still got that like earthy sweetness to it. And it's not quite Jim Beam earthy sweetness either.
No, not at all.
I get a little bit of anise. Just a little bit. Cardamom or something.
Yeah.
Just a tad.
I can see that. Where this one here was true sweetness. Mm-hmm. All the way through. This one here had some development in some form or fashion different to that, and I think it's good on you to come up with some of those cardamom notes, things like that.
Cardamom's the one that's like black licorice, right? I think.
No, aniseed is, but still, I'm going to get out of my territory. All right.
You don't want me to lead you down that rabbit hole?
Yeah.
That's fair.
Really good though. That's for sure.
Dude. Ooh, that's better than... Ooh.
That's evolving. That's what that is. I don't know what you think about that, but that's a sip, and if you notice, I kept it for quite a while in there. It was evolving.
Yeah.
Which, I like that. This is not it's not like a one noter type thing. It's evolving from one to the next different type of flavor notes.
Dude, these last 3, I'll say right now, my first out is going to be A. I think it's nice. It's a little bit confusing. The nose is nice on A, from what I remember. Mm-hmm. The nose is nice. It's a little bit it's a little bit less sweet and more on the grain side. But there's some complexity going on in it. It's just not my absolute favorite of the bunch. So A for me is going to be 4th.
And if you could look at my sheet, that was my obvious lowest score was also A. Still good. Still enjoyed it.
Dude,
Let's sip it real quick.
B.
Never know.
Going back to B, it smells dusty. Like this smells like an older whiskey. And I love that. It's like it's been. I always struggle with this word. It's like it's been reduced, like a reduction of sorts. If you were to take bourbon and put it in a pan and just
you're talking about? Okay, all right.
Cook it down a little bit. That has such a nice toasted, maple-y French toast thing on the nose, like a little bit of a cherry too. That's really changed since I feel like we tasted it first. Dude, I mean, come on.
This is going to be extreme. What did we do to ourselves? What did we do? I don't know what to do next, to tell you the truth.
I'm going to have to go through B, C, and D again. C just has such a nice, sweet vanilla, a little bit of a butterscotchy type of a thing that it's like, it's all up front. It's all sweet.
I'll be honest with y'all. With Trent, C had my highest score of the first round of tasting. C did. Now, I have on occasion, I've changed that second time around. But I have B and D the same, just a quarter point below C. That's where I'm at the moment.
B, C, and D for me both slap, so I'm going to have to go back to my numeric point system here as I kind of narrow down my options.
I don't blame you.
Because, I mean,
they're all great.
These are so good. D gives me like a little bit of like a soapy, like a soapiness a little bit on the nose a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I love D. I really do, but I think I'm going to push it out next and leave B and C in. And I love it. I do. I really love it. I love these last three. The first one was pretty good, but these last three are great. And it's really weird that they're kind of closely related, in tasting. Strange. I'm gonna leave that alone.
This is I don't know the last time we had a blind that was like really
this
difficult.
Hard? Yeah,
this is a tough one.
It's very tough.
Mainly
Extremely
these last
tough.
two. Like the first time through, it was like these were kind of all. It was easy to narrow. It was easy to kick one out.
Which is a good sign, because these are all, limited type allocated releases that are coming out. So, and they're all great.
B, man, anytime I go back to B, it just like it changes so quickly.
It does. It's lovely.
C has this like shelled peanut type of a thing.
Which one?
C.
Okay.
A little bit, but I still get the butterscotch. I still get the vanilla. But there's this like kind of very slight hint of a nuttiness. It's not quite like peanut butter or like anything.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with my original notes, guys. I'm gonna have to push out B next. Honey, I didn't write this down. Foolish on me. I think A was fourth for me, right?
Correct.
What was next? I apologize. D, so that's third. And then I just pushed out B, right? So that's 2. So then, obviously, C is my first place. But these three in general, I wouldn't be arguing if I was able to taste any of those. So good. That's mine. He's thinking hard. Steam's coming out of those ears.
I'm going to be B in first and C in second.
And you know what? At this point, I would never look at you right now and say you're an idiot, because I can understand that. I can understand it. I really can.
No, I got to go C first.
All right, no, I didn't persuade you. I hope you're gonna.
No.
You're gonna choose from what you feel is best.
Because B for me has a little bit more of like a rye spice at the end, whereas as C is it has a little bit more of a soft landing.
Love
it's
it.
a little bit more even keel through the finish, and it's just a little bit lighter, a little bit sweeter. B's fantastic, but I got a nitpick here, so I think we're the same.
Wow.
Wait, what? Oh,
It's kind of surprising there
Yes,
as well.
you're the same on all of them.
Wow. All right, bro, move your glasses down and go. Your mom will read these out and see.
Alright, you ready?
Do you have any? I have no idea. I honestly don't have a clue.
I have an idea of our first out.
I don't. Go ahead.
Alright, what do you think?
Yep.
I think that it's Yellowstone purely because it drinks a little bit lighter, and I got a lot of grape on it, which I would imagine is coming from the brandy.
I can definitely understand your argument.
But
You are correct.
assuming that it was from a brandy cask, a grape brandy cask, and not like a different variety of brandy, you got to pull that back for focus. I know you don't like to because of the ledge. But that's the only one that I had an idea of, and only because it's finished. That's the only finished one of the bunch here.
Yeah, and I truly probably could have. I understand that. So finished in cognac and brandy casks, 101 proof. I have to say that of all the allocated Yellowstone that we've been able to procure, none of them have really climbed the mountain for me.
I agree.
I mean, pretty good.
Which ones do you have?
None of them, I have 2 or 3 over there, but none of them really would say, that was epic, man. That was great. So,
yeah.
Good effort.
I agree.
Good effort.
It's cool. I'd be curious about the cognac and brandy cask finish. It's interesting. I feel like, and maybe I'm not thinking correctly. It's possible. I feel like the last couple weren't like a double finish.
Okay.
But I mean, these are $109, so they're not cheap by any means for a limited release, and it's finished and it's a low proof. I mean, don't get me wrong. Thrilled to have it. I think it's good. Do I think it's $110 good? No, I don't.
Not really. I don't either. Okay, babe. Go ahead.
Okay, third place is D
Yes.
for both of you.
Yes.
And that was Remus.
Okay.
That was D. Okay.
I think Remus in general suffers from.
It smells so good.
It does. It suffers a little bit from being so great in Repeal 5. I believe it was 5 that was just utterly fantastic.
We need to try this next to 5 because this is really good. And I mean, we're putting Remus up against Makers and Four Roses, which are hitters usually.
I will say this. See, and correct me if I'm wrong, if you think I'm wrong. I think this is a better release from Remus over the last couple of years after 5. So 6 and 7, humble opinion, I believe this is better than 6 and 7.
I agree.
Yeah.
We, on the live stream tonight, we should have the 5 and 8 out and see which one, not put it a part of the blind, but I think that'd be a cool comparison to do.
Okay.
But
yeah, good though.
all right.
Very good.
So that means we have Makers and Four Roses.
Any guesses?
You know what? I will. I'll speak out.
Oh.
I'll speak out on this. And because I normally don't. And it's not a guess. It's a guess from here. It's a guess from the heart. Because I truly try never to guess what bottle I'm sipping. But Maker's Mark has done so well for us in blinds and in general. I'm just going to say that was first place. And only for that reason, though. Only for that reason. I could be wrong.
I have another reason.
Go. Yeah.
Because I think, for me, first place, I mentioned a softer landing of a palate.
Sure.
Makers is weeded.
Well, that's true.
So I would imagine, and Four Roses is usually a higher rye. And granted, we don't know what the blend is of the different Four Roses mash bills that they put in here, or the recipes.
You can look it up, though.
We will put a link to the product page in
Kyle,
in
if
the
you
description.
can, because you can look it up. You can find out what's in that special release for Four Roses. Their limited release.
I'm gonna agree.
Are you?
And I'm gonna say that I think C is Maker's Mark just because of the way that it finishes.
All right.
Okay, so second place was B, and that was Four Roses.
Oh my gosh,
way,
dude, I just can't believe it. I mean, I can. I don't know what it is with Maker's Mark here lately. It's hitting all the notes. They're coming out with great releases. Do you have any idea how much this is?
$80. And this was $250.
$250.
A third. Makers is a third of the price here.
Plus, extremely hard to try to find and or purchase.
I don't actually. You have the Four Roses. What's the last one? 15. So the last one, the 135th, was 15,000 bottles. This one is 16.6 thousand. So this is 1,600 bottles more than last year.
Yeah.
Also, don't know because it came out at the Kentucky Bourbon Fest, and I saw a bunch of people posting pictures of them getting a couple and stuff with their spouses and whatnot. But
I loved it. It was great. I'm not going to deny that.
Yeah.
It was great. But $80 compared to how much for this? Do you have an idea?
99.
So about $100 for the Remus Repeal, and about $109 you said for this Yellowstone.
Yep.
$80.
I love a good underdog story. I love
Come
when
on
the lowest price one wins. But this is one of those things where it's like, I didn't even know this was coming out, which makes it even cooler. But
Yeah.
just because you have the most expensive bourbon on the bar top doesn't mean that it's going to win a blind. And doesn't mean it's the best.
And I know I've said it 17 times, but I'll say it 18. We have not tasted any of these prior to this blind.
That's true. Memory card died. I don't know where we left off.
Yeah, that's okay, Trenton, because you know what? We are who we are. The memory card died, and let's face it, sometimes...
memory card got full. It didn't die. But I cleared it before we started, and there's only 2 videos on there. It's 128 gig card, so...
Let's face it, when I start talking about technology, I have no idea what I'm talking about. So, anyways, we're up again. Listen, we're not professionals. We said that from day one, so we're just going to continue, hopefully, roughly where we left off. But Maker's Mark, $80. Lovely. I mean, just really good stuff. Beat out Four Roses,
Great.
limited edition, 2024, $250, $100, $109.
$80.
It's good stuff.
Grab it if you can find it. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's good.
See you on the live stream tonight. Don't miss it.
Yeah, be there.
We'll be taking attendance, so if you don't, we'll find out where you live or something.
It's just always a good time. All right, guys. As always, we ask you to please drink responsibly. Have a fantastic weekend. See you next time right down here with Trent and me in the good old basement bourbon bar. See you later.